The inflation rate is due out in an hour. It will shift the focus back to the economy this morning at a crucial time in the election campaign. If, as expected, it dips to the 2% target for the Bank of England, it could be a much-needed boost for the embattled Prime Minister, who's lost another financial heavyweight. The billionaire former Tory backer John Caudwell switching sides in what he said was despair. Well, Mari's here for more on this. Let's start with Caudwell first. That was a big switch.
Yeah, huge switch. So John Caudwell, a very, very successful and wealthy businessman. He founded Phones for You, for instance. He donated £500,000 to the Conservative Party back in 2019. He was a very kind of vocal and famous Boris Johnson backer in that 2019 general election. And he, last night, has said he's essentially giving up on the Tories and he's more encouraged and impressed by Keir Starmer and the Labour Party. Now, this is a really big blow to Rishi Sunak. He's already in, to an extent, the throes of potentially a dying Conservative Party if the polls are to be believed. We are now having, briefings and counter briefings as to whether Boris Johnson's involved in campaigning or not. Is he on holiday? Is he going to be making an appearance? And essentially now, some are kind of arguing that the campaign is going to start getting really desperate. To lose a really significant donor like this is a huge body blow. Now, there are three kind of main reasons why John Caudwell said he is not backing the Conservative Party this time around. So he says, first of all, failures during the pandemic in terms of how Rishi Sunak as Chancellor managed that and the economy. He says the lowering of ethical standards under Boris Johnson, although he did back him, but it looks like he's not a big backer anymore. And then also the debacle of the Liz Truss premiership as well, with the mini-budget and all of the economic impacts that then ensued from that. And essentially saying, he's impressed by the Labour Party. So he says, for many years now, I've been rather despairing about the performance of the party that I've supported for the last 51 years. So, this isn't just a fad. This is a big decision for someone like John Caudwell. And he says, only 5 years ago, I donated £500,000 to the party to help avert the disaster of a Corbyn premiership. But I've increasingly critical of the Tories' failures since then. And then he goes on to list those three reasons that I was explaining. And as I say, this is really, really important for many, many reasons. You've got, the Tories trying this morning to talk about their moral mission to cut taxes and to, reward people and workers for their hard work and for their patience over the past few years with economic turmoil. He's going to be hoping that the inflation stats that are at 7 o'clock this morning will be encouraging and will hopefully kind of bolster his campaign to say, look, it's working, the plan is working. But with something like this, it's just, again, kind of derails the campaign. And we end up talking about this rather than what the Tories want to be talking about this morning, which is what they want to say is, we're going to help you guys, stick with us. Let's try and turn this massive poll lead around. So it's a very painful moment for the Conservative Party.